Yeah, it's such a cool theme, isn't it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of your show. That's right, it's the Kickout Crew. And it appears that we are on episode 64. My, how the good times go. Or as some would say, le bon temps roulette, right? But, I just want to thank everybody for listening to episode 63 and watching it and love the feedback. I hope that you heard enough of me and maybe it cut off a little bit of too much of me. So I greatly appreciate that. And hey, if you like what we're doing, why don't you buy a t-shirt at Angry Lemonade? And just search Angry Lemonade and you'll find it. And you can go to the Kickout Crew, your show. So you might as well be wearing your shirt, right? And I want to, man, what a great episode last week. I thought it was one of our funniest. I really did. I'm very proud of, not being able to talk. So, but hey, speaking of that, seems like I've talked enough. So, I guess, should we cover the fact that one of us is missing? Should we go ahead and get that out of the way?
Why not?
Well, it appears our boy, Adam _from _Bama, waka that, but he isn't here right now. And you want to know why? Well, last week's episode, he talked about, talking about being a referee for New South and all that. And guess what? Tonight, he is. So we want to give a shout out to our boy, Adam. We know you're going to do good. Hope everything's going great there. And it kind of goes with, just people, Top Guy Weekend, like really spreading the wings of everybody and stuff really going good. So I'm happy for him. Hope everything works out for him. But once again, like, follow, subscribe, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. I've said too much, so let's get this fucking party started. Brad, what you got for us?
I'm irritated. I'm going to tell you why. And it's not your tradition. This is not your traditional rant and stant and having a good time. So, as everybody knows, that we listened to last week's episode. And if you haven't, we please recommend you go back and listen. We talked a lot about our trip to Top Guy Weekend. So I'm going to get into this a little bit because I got a really nasty DM on Twitter that said, "How does it feel to have to pay for your friends?" So this goes back not just to ad-free shows. I was also part of a fraternity, and I've been hearing this probably since I was 18 years old. And so I'm not. Let's get it out of the way. I'm not going to get into the money part of it per se of how much things are. But ad-free shows, yes, is subscription based. We pay to hear from our heroes, like guys like Jake the Snake Roberts, Eric Bischoff, Tony Schiavone, regular Zooms. This stuff comes at a cost, and because we're wrestling fans, we enjoy it. So yes, we do pay a subscription for ad-free shows, and yes, Top Guy Weekend is part of that. What you cannot put a price on is just because I pay for a subscription for wrestling content and to be a part of something doesn't mean that is your friendships. Friendships come and are developed aside that because of this. No one is making. Listen, we joke a lot around, we bust balls, but we're gonna get real for a minute. No one's making James, Mike, and Devyn hang out with me. No one is making us. We're not making us do this show. We do it because we want to. We enjoy each other's company and we like spending time together. And because of this platform, we're able to do that. Yes, we pay a subscription to enjoy the content on ad-free shows, but the friendships are real. There are 5 or 6 podcasts that have come from ad-free shows. They're not doing this because they're paying a subscription. They're doing this because they are enjoying what they're doing and they're enjoying each other's company. I just wanted to say that. I thought it was stuff like this usually doesn't get to me. Listen, none of us are, we know this is no cool factor here. Okay. And guess what? We don't care. Or this is what we like. This is what we do. We're wrestling fans. This is what we like. There are not that many in the world, but there are, but they're not. Let's just say you're not walking down the street and there's a million wrestling fans coming up to you and saying things to you. It's not. We found like-minded people and we're really happy about it. We found real friendships. That's what this is. It's not paying for your friends, and neither was my fraternity. Do you have something, James?
I have a lot on that, actually. That's kind of comical, and hope whoever said that is a listener of your show. But number one, the people that you said that, like, all the podcasts and stuff like that, I like those guys. A lot of them, Like, I don't know who we may be leaving out or whatever, but I like a lot of them, and I consider them friends. And I don't, like you said, we pay for the bonus content, the Zooms with, these famous, whatever people, the wrestlers, like shit like that. That's what I pay for. I agree with you. I don't pay for friends. I take friends, and I have some damn good ones thanks to AdFreeShows, and I'm really glad this is on this episode because I think moving forward this is going to be real awesome to talk about. But yeah, so the paying for friends, I don't need to pay a motherfucker to be my friend. Like, I have friends. I have a lot of friends. You know why? Because I'm a pretty decent person. I'm a smart ass. I get that. I'm a good motherfucker. And everyone here, they're good motherfuckers. And those friends we pay for, they're good fucking people too. So yeah, I don't pay nobody to be my fucking friend. You got me fucked in the face. And number one, I live paycheck to paycheck. So I don't have money to be paying for friends. That's kind of a weird thing to say. I have made a lot of friends. Should me and Brad, like, he's a Philly fan, like, would I pay to be a Philly fan friend? Like, that is the dumbest shit I've heard. So yeah, that free shows means a lot to me, and it's not because I pay for friends. I pay for the bonus shit. I made family through it. So
I'm a married man with 3 children, and I have friends at home, but I am really glad that I'm part of this community and made some new, well, they're not new anymore. I made new great friends with all of you. And that was all I just wanted to say that, because
we traveled everywhere and seen each other too. You think I would pay money to be friends with these people? Pay a plane ticket, pay a hotel.
Right. Yeah, that's not free either.
That's a ludicrous ass thing to say. Like, it's incompetent, actually. It's a pretty incompetent thing to say. Whoever said it, my DMs are open. It's at James Delacroix. You can see it at the bottom of my screen. Holla.
A couple of shout outs I'm going to drop that right now. The couple of shout outs I didn't give last week. We did not talk about Lindsay. Lindsay sang the Star Spangled Banner before the Top Guy tussle. Yep. And was tremendous. She's got the attention of everybody. She's got the attention of Eric Bischoff, and really happy for her. We all like, wow, where did this come from? So excellent job there. And shout out to Bober. Just like you, man. That's it. You're a good dude, man. Good guy. Didn't talk about him on last week's show, but he's a good guy and was a big part of the weekend. And he really has a lot of fun too. And he's not a part of AdFreeShows. He hitches a ride. But hey, glad to have met you, man. So
Bischoff's officiating Lindsay's wedding. So
yeah, go figure.
I mean, fucking, how cool is that?
Pretty cool. Yeah, and guess what? She ain't paying for that. So
boom.
And that just goes to show the character of Eric as well. He has found a community as well. Eric Bischoff, the freaking the creator of the NWO. Anyway, back to you, James.
I like that, Brad. Yeah, good topic, man. Well, I guess we should keep this money train flowing. We're fucking swimming in it like goddamn Scrooge McDuck. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it on over to Mike. So, Mike, shout out to StreamYard. Shout out to your internet, bro. What you got going on this week?
But this time it's not my internet. It's my damn computer. But so I got 2 quick things. I'll tell you one thing. So we just did our Walmart, just got a whole remodel. And now we have like 150 damn self-serving checkout lines. I hate these fucking things. You go there, you ring it up, you put it in the bag, and it says it's not rung up. Or you ring it up, put it in there, and it says, please take it out of the baggage area. And it goes on and on and on. I was sitting here fighting for this thing for 20 minutes. And they're a little busy, and I was waiting on the lady. She was talking to somebody else. So I sat there and waited. And kind of hear their conversation. And this lady's talking about her dog to another customer. Just having a plain old normal conversation. I said, excuse me, can I get help? She's like, yeah, I'll be there with you in a minute. And she's talking about her dog and talking about life and this and that. I'm like, look, you can talk to your cousin later. I need help now. And she just kept on going. So I said, fuck it. And I just turned around and walked away and walked out the store. You can't leave all that stuff sitting there. You can't. I said, I didn't pay for it. I'm not fucking with it. I'm done. Go on and do it. And maybe now you'll go and give somebody else attention. So that happened to me. Then I went to the gas station. I'm sitting there in line. Some old lady in front of me. And I swear to God, this lady shit her pants. Like, shit her pants. And she turned, and it was pretty loud. And she turned, and she just looked at me and gave me that shit-eating grin. Like, yep, that was me. So I had that. But I was going to do a game with you guys. I found some like stupid criminal things. I was going to tell you guys about it, and you guys guess what state it's from. I'm on my phone and I don't want to fuck something up, so I can't really get on it and give you the whole story. But I'm going to give you guys a brief thing of the story. So in one of them, there was a man that was arrested and he got charged for murder, but he was arrested because him and a couple of his buddies did a dine and dash. And this is how he got caught. He left his phone on the table.
Oh.
So when when the cops got there, they picked up his phone and looked at his phone and selfie as his screenshot, like on his screensaver. That's how he got caught. So out of all states, what state do you think that happened in?
Shout out to Kevin Nash. That's a Jersey man.
That's what you think?
I think it's a New York thing. Honestly, it sounds like some New York college kids got too hammered some night and said, "Hey, I got an idea."
James?
Kentucky. Got to be Kentucky.
Now, does anybody here live in Kentucky?
Not here.
Yeah, Amy.
But I know a couple of listeners that do. Shout out.
No, I'm talking about it's from us.
Oh, so it has to be one of our states?
Oh, Florida.
You're definitely a Florida man, then.
Bath salts and Florida shit all over.
Yeah. It's a Georgia guy.
Oh, the ultimate. Oh, Mike did one of his own.
So, did anybody post bail for you, Mike?
No. I just got who's charged for murder? I'm here.
That's
on my
all right.
phone.
Georgia, a couple years.
The other one was a guy robbed a Dunkin' Donuts using a clear plastic bag as a mask.
All right, so that's definitely a Pennsylvania guy.
Sounds like a Florida thing to me.
Yeah, it was Pennsylvania. It was in
We
Philly.
got Dunkin' Donuts everywhere here.
So, I had a couple more, but like I said, I can't get to my phone or nothing else like that, so fuck it.
Bath salts, Florida.
Good stuff.
That's it. That's all I got today.
Thanks.
Well, number one, I like your self checkout thing because it's almost like they want you to work at the store. That's what I really hate about the everything self checkout now. Like, I don't work here. I want to walk up there, put my shit on the conveyor belt, have y'all check it out, have someone bag it. Like, yeah, I don't work here. Self checkout, pay me. If I'm self checking out, pay me. You know. Number two, you can't leave all that stuff here. I don't work here. Peace.
Damn right.
You know, it's not my job. Put the shit back.
What are you
got
gonna
workers
do?
to do that.
If you would have helped me out to begin with, I'd have been all right. But I got damn tired of it. I rang the damn milk, and now it's telling me I didn't ring my milk up and take it off the damn scanner. I'm not ringing it up again.
I work at the commissary, dude, so I can relate to all these problems. But that's like a customer like being like, "Oh, my card got declined" or something, and us being like, "Hey, you got to put all that shit back." Like, no, that's not how retail works at all. You know. And I do know the scale thing, like, because we have one that's right by these double doors, the sliding doors, and when the wind comes in, it fucks up the scale, so it'll be like please return the item to the bagging area, and it's like, I haven't scanned nothing.
Exactly. It pissed me off. So I hate doing it. They only got 4 damn other checkout people with people in there, and nobody works at those 4. And if they do, they're backed up to the damn all the way back to the damn underwear aisle. So fuck them.
Right.
Fuck them.
Those self scanners suck. I can be buying fruits, and you put them on the scanner, it'll say what's the number code? Oh, you look all around it. Oh, mine doesn't have a sticker. So now you got to walk all the way back to the fruits and figure out I'm with you guys. I hate those things.
I use the self scanner, but I have to have a certain amount or less. I'm not gonna freaking stand there with a freaking buggy full of groceries or anything like that.
We have an express lane. Customers try to do that because the regular lanes, are kind of backed up sometimes. So they'll be like, "Can I come through here?" And they'll have a whole cart full of shit. And we'll be like, "No, no, you can't."
And then they sometimes ask you to scan it for them in the self checkout. That's the one that cracks me up. Wow, nice try, pal. No.
In college, I used to get the Totino's pizzas and have 2 of them together, scan it, put them in. Hey, I'm on a budget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fuck
but
all
now
that.
Totino's pizzas are way over $1, and I think that's fucked up. That's a different conversation.
I agree.
It's cardboard with tomato sauce and cheese. Like, are you going to charge me over $1 for that? Those are supposed to be the things that are like 89 cents. People live off those, myself included, for a while. You're going to pay $1.60 at the commissary. That's not the outside stores. Outside stores are more expensive. Paid $1.60 for Totinos?
Speaking of
I'm not.
expensive things, Mike was just talking about Dunkin'. Those large coffees, like $5 for that. You can buy a
That's like
pack of
$3
K-Cups.
for a fucking donut.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
man.
Medium iced coffee with just cream, $3.49 here.
We got to
That's
stop
medium.
wasting our money.
And I get one every
Wow,
single
okay,
day.
gotta
Every
calm
single
down.
day I get one.
Calm down, Devyn, and enjoy the cold, refreshing taste of Natural Light.
My
That's
wife started
Natural
drinking
Light.
iced tea from there. I'm like, iced tea? We have iced tea at home. Grow up.
I hate coffee, so like if we go like as a group, like work people, you know, because we used to have one on base, and I'd be like, I'll just take a glazed donut, and they'd be like $2.19. I'm like, whoa, what? I thought it was like 49 cents.
Yeah, keep your donut, pal.
For real. Hey, good shit, man. We're off to a great start on this episode. I like it.
I'm telling you.
I like it. Is that all you had, Mike?
That's it. I'm here trying to fuck with this, and yeah, that's it. I'm done.
So you'll be restarting in no time. And speaking of a restart, I kind of think that you know, a lot of things happen at Top Guy Weekend. It feels like a lot of my friends and who I consider family have done it. Well, you know, because I pay for my friends, obviously. But
Boy, I knew that was
you
gonna
know,
hit a
I
nerve.
feel like they've
I knew
you
it.
know, I feel like we've all kind of had a little restart and a little jolt to our lives. And two of the guys that were at there and were speakers and all this stuff, definitely surprise guests. Well, you know, one of them for sure. You know, they've had a revolt or whatever. They've jolted their lives and restarted a bunch of their stuff. And I feel like we're gonna, you know, cover those. So hey Brad, what's on today's agenda?
So today's agenda is we're going back again to Top Guy Weekend, and two guys that were there for us, Jeff Jarrett and Lash Leroux. I can't say it either. We are going to cover one match each from them, just to really just because we like them and we were there, and just hey, why not?
Yeah. Lash is awesome. Obviously, he's had a great resurgence here. Well, you know, Lash is awesome, great guy. Jeff Jarrett's had a phenomenal resurgence. Feels like here lately, and you know,
And Jeff didn't have to be there.
that was
He's got a lot
yeah, he should have been in Canada for sure.
He's got a lot to do. He has a lot in his plate, but he and Lash too. I mean, they both have stuff to do. Like Lash even said, he's an assistant pastor at his church, and he missed it, and he takes his faith very seriously. And Jeff, I mean, he's on 3 shows a week, and has many businesses that he is involved in as well, and he takes the time for ad-free shows, and we appreciate him.
Big time.
Agreed.
And he remembers like everybody, you know, like the multiple.
That was funny.
It's crazy to be like, what are you doing? Because he just like walked by, you know, he's like, what are you doing here? He kind of gave me like an elbow shove. He's like, good to see you again. I'm like, fucking Jeff Jarrett.
You know me, I always reintroduce myself because I don't want to embarrass anybody. And it's just like
well,
a thing
you're a
with
salesman, you know, Brad
yeah,
Stanton.
right. And he goes, yeah, Brad, I know who you are. It was funny. Appreciate that though. That's Jeff Jarrett. You know, it's kind of a big deal.
Well, you know, we pay. I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Well, we pay him to remember.
Yeah,
right.
For real. I slip in the old Benjamin so you remember my name.
Oh, Brad. You know.
But no, and I will say both of those guys are you know, religious and Christian and stuff like that. I'm not a religious person myself, but the fact that like it's a platform to do better and to be better, and they both utilize it very well, and they've also helped other people out in that. And you know, so I really dig that too. Like, so shout out to them.
And Road Dogg as well, that we're not covering today, but Road Dogg same way.
Yeah, exactly. Big time. Man, what a time, guys, huh? Like, feeling really good about this.
I'm glad I paid to be with you guys. I really am.
For real. I'm glad I live paycheck to
do this
paycheck.
all night, huh?
Yeah, I have a feeling that's going to work its way into the title. But what match are we covering with old Le Bon Temps Roulette? Well, let's let the good times roll with match number 1, and it is Lash Leroux versus Chavo Guerrero. It took place on a WCW Thunder. Which one? Well, it's October 28th, 1999. From the Cox Arena, which has been renamed, but the Cox Arena in San Diego, California. It had an attendance of 5,091. It had a match length of 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
Woo-wee.
Right? So, Devyn, how do we get there?
All right, so throughout this entire episode of Nitro, Chavo Guerrero is searching through the backs, opening random doors, asking people, hey, where is Goldberg? I need to find Goldberg. I'm looking for Goldberg. He asked one backstage hand, where's Goldberg? And the person says, I have no idea, but honestly, Chavo, why on earth would you be looking for Goldberg? Chavo says, I'm going to give him some TV time. So, throughout the show continues going on, Chavo keeps looking for Goldberg. Throughout about an hour in, they show a video package of Lash Leroux last week, or earlier the week on Nitro, facing Mr. Perfect himself, Curt Hennig, where he almost had him defeated. And then Curt Hennig purposely smacked the referee. And Tony Schiavone said that this doesn't count as a win for some reason, but in my book, it's totally a win by disqualification for Lash. So Lash beat Mr. Perfect. And then they just said, here's our next contest. And Lash came out to the ring.
I'll tell you what, Devyn, that was way more than I expected from you on that. I didn't expect anything. I was actually laughing when I said do the build on this one. But anyway, so we have Lash's entrance. Mike, how many Lash pictures do you have?
Like the one he drew?
Yeah.
I have like 6 or 7 of them.
6 or 7, huh?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe 5.
James, you got a couple of them?
I do. I like how Mike's like, the one he drew? No, just pictures of you just taking the Lash, just
well, I mean, I
hanging
didn't
out,
know.
frolicking in the park, But no, I do have I have 2. Obviously the caricature. Actually, I got way more than 2. I got the Scott Hall one. That was really awesome. I got the Undertaker couple ones. I missed out on that Stone Cold one. But yeah, that is a time limit draw on AdFreeShows. You should check it out. It's awesome. But yeah, I got a couple of them. He's damn good too.
Yes, he's very good. So as part of our subscription-based program, he draws these pictures for us. Actually, it's called Lash. It's called Lash Can Draw. He usually does them once a month. And he tells stories. We ask questions while he's making the picture. He tries to do it in under an hour. He always cheats. And it usually ends up being longer than an hour, but that's okay. And the pictures are $25. But I'm going to tell you right now, he gives a lot of them away for free. And right there, when he was at Top Guy Weekend, they were all for free, which is great. And if you can see on the screen, we have James and his dad, Mr. Elkarai, Randy. Am I right, Devyn?
Randy Elkarai.
No lie, that was drawn in what? 5-6 minutes tops.
6 minutes.
It was nuts, dude. Like to watch him because he draws my dad first, and I was like, oh, okay. And then he just starts asking me questions like looks up, and it was on paper. It wasn't on his little iPad bullshit.
Right.
Rips on the paper. He's like, how you guys like it? I'm like, holy fuck, dude. Like, it's not like he had like an outline of us and then you just colored it. Like, no, he fucking went to town.
How many markers do you think he went through?
73. He told me afterwards.
No
so
shit.
Lash is
Damn it, got me again.
So we have Lash's promo. James, what did you think of Lash's promo?
Well, I like shout out to the mic feedback when Lash talks. I thought that the mic feedback kind of fucked him, but hey, WCW in 2000, baby. But no, it wasn't bad. Whatever.
So, Devyn, what did you think of his look, though?
Oh, I love Lash's look. It's unique. Who else do you see with long, curly red hair? He's got the long braids because he's from New Orleans. Like the double L's. It's dope. I love him. He's a cool character.
Brad and Mike, you think he's buffer now than he was then?
I think he looks closer to the same, but this is a long time ago.
Exactly. That dude, hey, we may see a Lash return, man.
He's
that
only
dude's
in his
still in
50s.
shape and he's fucking yoked. He's buff.
He's only in his 50s. He definitely can do it. Or is it late 40s? Like, he's not that old.
Bookie Conrad, Lash's last match.
So then we have Chavo's entrance. Now, this question was for Adam, but Devyn is going to help us out here. Devyn, I'm sorry. Tell me a little bit about Chavo Guerrero.
Chavito, he's Eddie Guerrero's cousin, Chavo Classic's son. He's been multiple time cruiserweight champion in both WCW and the WWF. He was the WWE ECW heavyweight champion. Chavo's he's been around. He's worked with multiple different companies. He was also a manager for Andrade in AEW.
Damn, you were ready for that one.
He was also part of the first TNA pay-per-view when they were doing the weekly pay-per-views. He was the second man into that. I guess it was some kind of a Rumble. I can't remember exactly, but it was.
Thank you, Bryant.
Did I say cousin? My bad.
It's
Eddie's nephew.
Because I was like, there's some kind of uncle-nephew relationship, I'm pretty sure.
So, yeah, he was part of that as well. And, again, he's got a lot of things. He wears many hats. Now, Chavo gives a promo too, Mike. Why did they both do this, do you think? They both gave promos before the match.
To waste a bit of time. I don't know. To waste time. Maybe give them each a couple seconds on it. Well, all Chavo did was say something about Goldberg, so.
Triggered.
James, who are the announcers today?
I am glad you asked. It is Larry Zbyszko, the living legend, and Mike today.
Very good.
And hey, the referee. Well, I'll get to that later.
All right. So Lash showing a lot of athleticism early. Head scissors to Lash, back body drop, chops to Lash, and then a snap mare. And then into a sleeper. Backbreaker to Chavo. Mike, what do you think when the announcers talk? So let's face it, they're not talking a lot about the match here. What do you think when they talk very little about the match during the match?
If they're not interested, either are we.
Bam.
It really bothers me.
Yeah, I think they should be more interested in what's going on in the ring. And I mean, it's okay to throw all this stuff out there, but they weren't into the match at all.
No.
Yeah.
They were talking about everything.
Here or there is cool. They didn't give a fuck about that match.
Brian just jumped in here for a second, and
out.
he's out. He's out.
No, that is something I put on my notes. Like, commentary doesn't talk about the match, really. They're just like, main event. And Larry Zbyszko says this line. I wanted to make sure we got this in. Talking about the main event of the following Nitro, and he's like, it's going to be Sid Vicious versus Last Call Hall. And if we all know about Scott's demons at that time, I was like, boy, that's a pretty big shot at the old. And Larry and Scott were really close, you know. That was like mentor-student type thing. He's like, Last Call Hall. I'm like, all right. There we go.
Roll up by Chavo. Lash out at 2. Clothesline to Lash. Foot to the face of Lash. Chavo misses in the corner. Cover by Lash. Out at 2. Then a clothesline by Lash. Chavo out at 2. Let me ask you a question, Devyn. Is Chavo Guerrero underrated?
I think he absolutely is. I think he's kind of overshadowed more than overrated because Eddie Guerrero being his uncle. Everyone, if you talk about Guerrero, the first name that comes up is Eddie. It's not Chavo. So I think Chavo's definitely got the abilities to be a superstar and a Hall of Famer in multiple different companies. He's just overlooked.
Yep.
So, all right. So we have a sleeper to Chavo. And then we have an elbow from Lash to Chavo, drop kick to Lash, elbow to Lash. So, I mean, James, is pretty good wrestling, right? Or is it just filler?
Well, okay, that's a double-edged question right there because it is pretty good wrestling, yes. But in the rundown of this Thunder, and especially the way they're just not talking about the match and blowharding the main event of Nitro coming up, to them it's probably a filler match because, you know, Chavo's looking for Goldberg, but he's in the ring with Lash. Lash is talking, but he's in the ring with Chavo. Like, so I kind of think it was just like a filler, I guess you could say, but it was good wrestling. Yeah,
very good wrestling. I tried really hard to watch the wrestling and not listen to them, really, because they were put on a show. They were doing the moves. And I mean, listen, there's a story to be told in Nitro, of course, and they're building towards something else. But we are here for the wrestling, right?
You can mention it once, like, hey, the main event Nitro, this, like that tournament thing. Just mention it, but then go back to the match. And you can do like before the match, talk about whatever's on Nitro. After the match, talk about whatever's on Nitro. But like Mike said, if you're not talking about the match, like, why should we care about this match?
Exactly.
You know?
So we have suplex by Lash, European uppercut by Lash Leroux. And again, like this is some pretty competitive stuff. Ugly drop of Chavo, though. And then I called it a Falcon Arrow. Would you call that a Falcon Arrow, like by Seth Rollins, that Lash used to win this match into the 1, 2, 3?
I think it's a version of it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Did you like that finisher, Mike?
Yeah, I do. I like it.
I agree. I thought it was a nice finish to the match. Devyn, do you think this was like they were putting this was a big break for Lash, wasn't it?
I think it's definitely yeah, it's a big break. They're trying to push him here. I touched in the build-up that he was previously facing Mr. Perfect on Nitro, so I just thought it would be kind of a good, like a good win, a good keep rising up the card, Lash.
So that's all for the match. Like we said, it's a 5-minute match. We liked it because he won, and it was an athletic match. So that's it, guys.
Well, hey, shout out to the referee, Slick Johnson.
Nice.
Awesome name. And we may be seeing more of him later on.
Is that right? That's a teaser. Hey, Brian, how can I help you?
Time for my run in here. So this episode of Thunder also had something that I wanted to bring up to the Kickout crew because it's something that is what we like to call a callback to a hairstyle. Gene Okerlund does an interview with Berlin, who many fans might know also as Alex Wright. And the hairstyle choice of Berlin has me questioning things. If you're going to shave the side of your head,
Not Wonder Kid.
if you're going to shave the side of your head, like Berlin here, why would you leave your sideburn?
That's a very good point. That is actually a really, I never even thought about that.
I thought about that. Point. I've thought about growing sideburns on my bald head before.
Have you really, Brad?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but guess what? I didn't do it.
Hey-o.
But I thought about it like, for this reason alone, just to make more of a character out of yourself. He's got the sideburns, the goatee. I'm in. I'm all in on Berlin.
Well, and
the wall, baby. Bring down the wall.
Jeez. And he probably was like, "You're paying me how much? Okay, I'll do it."
It's better than Gene Okerlund's haircut.
Oh, come on. Now.
Oh, come on.
Gene Okerlund.
Take a shot at Mean Gene.
Mean Gene has the exact opposite haircut of Berlin. Berlin has hair. Mean Gene does not.
That is so true.
It's the perfect fill-in. But I saw that and immediately thought, my God, I have to bring this up to you guys. So I wanted to get you guys in on it, get a good laugh.
Lost Wonder Kid. Hey, but at least he's trying, something new because Alex Wright, everybody knew him because I guess he was like a big prodigy when he was younger. So now he's older. Berlin. They can't all be singers, I guess, huh?
Yeah. So, all right, back to your regularly scheduled program, guys, here.
So I have a feeling two things are going to happen from that segment. Brian's going to get over, and I'm going to get heat from the Mean Gene comment.
Yeah. That was an unnecessary shot at like one of the best.
Hey, listen, I have that hair. That is my hair. If I don't shave it, that is my hair. I'm allowed. Right. Back to you, James.
Oh, well. Sometimes, Brad, like the way hair grows, you just got to have a little patience. Yeah. Patience. You know what else needs patience, Brad? And I'm glad it's kind of funny that you put the spirit of patience on this outline because according to you, you have to be in a company for 10 fucking years to be their champion. This is a callback to a conversation me and Brad had about LA Knight. I guess you can't just get your push and go. So, hey, shout out to AEW for crowning a champion in their first couple months, and it was Jericho, who I don't think he was there 10 years until he became champion. And should AEW still not have a champion, I guess, according to Brad, because you got to be at the company for 10 fucking years before you can be a champion? Hey, fuck whatever the crowd says. Fuck them.
That is not what I said. That is not what I said, and I am going to have to jump in here on this.
You want me to go to the conversation?
So
they've been with the company
first off,
10
there
years.
is no conversation here. It's a text.
Sheldon Benjamin's been with the motherfucker for 30 years. Ain't sniffed anything.
Listen to me. I wanted LA Knight to win that Money in the Bank championship. We're going to get into a little bit of that later because I have a segment for me later. But this is what I was trying to say, James. You were trying to say that guys like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and I don't remember the third person. Or
Finn,
40, 41,
Damian
37.
Priest. Yeah, they're all up there.
Well, I agree with you with Priest. Here's the thing. They came into WWE very, very late. And I think it's a disadvantage that they came in so late. I really do think it's a disadvantage that they came in between 36 and 40 years old, where Roman Reigns came in at 26, 27, or 25 with Seth Rollins. I just think it's a disadvantage to come into the WWE that late and expect a big push. That's all I was saying.
And wasn't there a dude, a phenomenal one, some would say?
He's definitely an exception. I hope I'm wrong because I wanted LA Knight. Hey, listen, I'm going to get into that a little bit later.
I do know that there was some adrenaline in my soul because I didn't want him to win the gold. Boom. But I think the story's better if he loses. But, I'm not with the Brock and Cody part 78 that we get, but that's a different conversation. Yeah, thanks, Devyn. It was a joke. But, yeah, so patience.
Yeah.
I've been that.
Shout out to Use Your Illusion 1 and 2.
Right? Hey, sometimes in wrestling, you got to use your illusion, And if the payoff is good, well, that's Paradise City. Boom. But, yeah, when you said Spirit of Patience, like, when you said what you said, and I was like, oh, my segment, Spirit of Patience, can't wait. Can't wait for the 10-year build. But no, but also another thing about the Spirit of Patience is, I haven't really done much with my life until I was like 31. And then I fucking skyrocketed my life. It feels like, at least. I'm still paycheck to paycheck, paying for friends and shit. But I feel like, since I've been 31, like I've moved to Florida, been promoted a couple times, started the #1 podcast. Did not start, but was instrumental in beginning the #1 podcast in the nation in humor, wrestling, life, entertainment, whatever. We're all over the Apple charts. You can look us up, Someone say it's a Joe Rogan experience. But no, just like patience is kind of a thing. And old Jomo, our boy, Joe, he's fucking like training to be a manager and all this stuff. Adam, back in the swing of things with reffing. Lindsay fucking sings the national anthem, and now she's like, getting her push and all that stuff. So sometimes patience is a virtue, and sometimes it pays off, but it pays off with you paying off, So you can't just, I know that it's not like they waited around for these opportunities, but they took advantage of opportunities presented. And sometimes it just takes a little patience.
And I want to add just something onto that too, even with myself, James. I didn't do everything right my whole life. That is a fact. I didn't buy my first house till I was in my 40s. So that that isn't the easy road. You know what I mean? But I created a lot of my own problems, but I did get there. And it is patience and just keep digging in, man. And that was a great day for me. It was a big day for me, really. So I agree 100%.
I got this fraternity tattoo when I was 19. Didn't graduate college. Didn't really do shit in my 20s except, fuck off all the time.
Freaking Bryant. Shout out to Save with Conrad.
But, yeah, I would say, when it's your time, I guess. And sometimes it just needs a little patience. So if you're not where you are at, or you're not where you want to be in life, do what you need to do. Believe in yourself. And, just it's never too late, pretty much is what I'm getting at. Don't think that your life has already passed because you make it. So just a little patience.
So true.
That being said, here we go with the Devyn. So Devyn, what you got for us?
All by yourself.
All by yourself.
First off, I want to touch on your patience topic because I 100% agree with it. I have multiple friends from high school that are rushed into relationships and stuff immediately after graduating, and they've been now on their second kid or like 2 kids or on their second wife and stuff. True. Just be patient. Like, I've been with Erica for 10 years. 10 years now.
Yeah, be patient.
Shout out, because today will be our 10-year anniversary during this episode when this episode drops. So I love you, baby. Congrats.
My goodness.
Sammy and Ty. It's Sammy and Ty.
What a bunch of bullshit.
All right, but moving on to my topic. I got a couple things for us. I want to know first, I'm not sure if I've asked this in the past, but what is your guys' all-time favorite video game that you played?
Mike Tyson's Punch
Mylon
Out.
Secret Castle.
At the same time, what'd you guys say?
Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
I've played that.
Fuck yeah, Devyn.
Yeah. It was like this nostalgic thing you did. Brad. Good job, Brad.
I said Mylon Secret Castle, and I guarantee you nobody listening knows what that is. And if you do, tweet us at Kickout Crew and at James Elcori if you know if anybody knows what Mylon Secret Castle is.
What
I
is
thought you
it?
said
One
Spyro
more time?
first.
Originally,
I think mine was-
Mario Kart, Super Nintendo. I know you asked for one. About to give you three. Super Mario World on Super Nintendo and Mario 3 on regular Nintendo. Those are like my three favorite games of all time. Mario 64 is good. I never had a 64 though. I was a PlayStation guy. But those three, like, I can play those three games forever. And I still kind of do. I download emulators and just like,
I love Mario, Super Mario
Super
Bros,
Mario
Mario
World
Kart,
is amazing.
Mario
Amazing
Party.
game.
What do you got, Mike? What's your favorite games?
What about GoldenEye 007?
Oh.
For what system?
Nintendo 64.
You can't pick Odd Job or you're cheating.
And
That'll be a reference some people get.
all the WWE games, WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy, all those were badass games back then too. Graphics sucked, but they were pretty cool.
WCW had some good ones too.
Yeah, WCW versus NWO, all that shit was pretty cool.
I've been on a kick lately of trying to learn about all the history of the games and stuff, learn about WCW's old games. ECW's had a bunch of games. Fire Pro with New Japan
Can't
Pro
stay
Wrestling.
without Gallagher.
Oh, but lately, I've been honestly enthralled with WWE 2K23. I still haven't got AEW Fight Forever yet, but it looks great, so I'm excited to get that. But I have a second topic for everyone today.
Oh, hey, shout out to DuckTales, the moon level, the song on the moon level, amazing.
Amazing.
DuckTales had a game.
What?
I watched the cartoon growing up.
But there was a moon level, awesome song. I actually have it on a Spotify playlist. I like that song so much. I'm not kidding.
Didn't see
Go
that
ahead,
coming.
Devyn.
All right, so at this point, my wrestling topic of the week, we are a month in to AEW Collision, starring on TNT every Saturday night. What's your guys' opinion so far? How you think of it?
I mean, I like the show. I like the way, I like the feel of it. I think it's great wrestling on it, but I just don't understand. Listen, I know it wasn't Tony's idea. I know they came to them, so I can't get mad at Tony for making a third show. I just don't know why that show can't be Dynamite. That's my only thing is why have a third show, but it's good. And I'm watching it.
Loaded roster, man. We got into this.
Yeah, I guess. I agree that that's true. There's a lot of guys underutilized, but they're using a lot of the same people. So is that really true?
Not a lot.
I mean,
How many of them wrestle both shows every week?
Who's exclusive to all right? So are you saying that the Dynamite, they can flip flop? Like 1 week they're on Dynamite, 1 week they're on Collision?
No, I'm just saying, like,
The Acclaimed has been.
who wrestles both of them every week?
Well, I'm not saying wrestle,
You're saying
but
that
at
it's
least
the same as
appear.
Dynamite. Who wrestles both every week, or is he gonna spread?
But they're
it
not.
out?
But he made it clear they're not exclusive. He made it clear
Yeah.
on Busted Open. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they didn't have a draft.
No, that means nothing. By the way,
Exactly.
Do you think Tony Schiavone should not appear on Collision? We see him.
Yeah, so
Every
you fucking go to Top
15
Guy
minutes.
Weekend, dick.
he's not announcing though, Devin. He's just doing an interview,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but they have a
Yeah.
lot of other
Announcing.
people like RJ City, Lexi Nair. They have
Well,
other people
they
that
had
can
them on
add a different
Dynamite.
side.
They had them on Dynamite last
Yeah.
week, or I guess it was 8 days ago now. 8 days a week.
That's what I guess. That's
Yeah,
what I'm trying to
the
get
Beatles.
at.
I love the Beatles. They're actually
kinda-
right there.
I feel like it's just another AEW. Like it's all the same thing. Like it
I have a
doesn't feel
different
any
feeling.
different to me,
It feels
other
different to
than the
me.
commentators.
The commentator feels different. I think the stage, not the stage, the setup, the production looks different, and I think the matches are pretty hardcore. Not high flying as much, right? I would say more like like 2 big slabs of meat in the middle of the ring, as they say sometimes. You know, you have Miro there.
Here's one thing. I'll spoiler. I've only seen the very first one because
I've
every
seen them
other
all.
Saturday I've been busy doing shit.
I've seen them all.
So.
But there's always something like a Wardlow, that kind of match. I like it. I don't think it's going to make it, but I like it.
So have you guys, James already kind of answered this. Mike and Brad, have you guys watched it live every single week?
No, I never watch anything live. I don't. I mean, I work
I
till 6
know.
at night, 8:30. I 8:30 at night. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I get home at 9:30. It's just not possible. Sometimes I get SmackDown, sometimes I don't. Saturday night's not going to happen live for me. It's just not going to happen.
Man, I'm out.
Okay, Mike. Dynamite drop.
He is out. No, he was saying about his internet connection. Look at
Oh,
he's frozen.
I thought he was out of Collision. I'm out. Anyway, good topic though, Devyn. I mean, it's fair. It's a fair question because I was very negative about it. Very negative about it. I was like Bischoff negative about it.
Well,
I agree with most of what he says. That's sad.
I'm the same way though. Like I watched the very first one live because of CM Punk coming back, the debut episode. I felt like I needed to watch it live. But like every other week, I recorded it and watched it when I had free time. So
Get some counterfeit bucks.
It's not getting exceptional ratings. We know that. It's up.
Nothing is on Saturday night, man. Especially when football season happens. Good luck. Good luck.
true.
But they do. But they have pay-per-views on Saturday. They they work.
But it's an event, Mike. It's not every week. You know what I mean? Like
They build up to that.
It's okay to watch a pay-per-view once every 3 months with AEW or every month with WWE, but to watch it every Saturday night, I'm not winning that fight.
I think they have a chance to utilize some of the roster that they don't utilize.
And
Like,
I
I'd
wish
like to see Abaddon. Hello. You know,
Yeah,
I'd like to see her
45-3.
wrestle some.
Did you read that she's only lost 3 matches?
Yeah. She's
What the
awesome, dude. I'm telling you. I've been a huge Abaddon supporter. Met her a couple times.
Well,
Awesome.
I'll tell you what gets tricky. This Ring of Honor pay stream to me.
Why not have it Ring of Honor Collision and you would solve a lot of problems?
Is it just for are we really just by getting the Ring of Honor for the library? Because I can't imagine why anybody would get it for the weekly show. It doesn't make sense.
I don't have the app.
I don't have the app either. And I'm going to the Ring of Honor pay-per-view in a couple weeks. But
Shout out.
but it's
How was the MLW pay-per-view last week?
well, it's actually like tomorrow.
What? No, you're
So it
supposed
actually-
to celebrate Boomaye.
It happened 6 days ago as as this airs.
Boy, I hope that one ages well. That's all I'm saying.
So unfortunately, yes, you guys know we record a week ahead of time, and I have not seen it yet.
and I
but-
can't
but
wait
I-
to have
but
Alex
shout out
Kane
Alex
back
Kane,
on the
new,
Watch
LW
Show. Watch
heavyweight
that
champion.
title match where he wins the belt.
I might do something live from there.
Boomaye is 4.
Meeting up with Dominic D'Angelo. I know this doesn't age well. Well, he's going to be there too.
The people.
Anyway, I don't want to do that. Yeah, we're a week behind.
All right. But I
Shout
just
out
thought,
Anderson. Shout out Arn.
so I'm going to end my topics real quick. I just thought those two things pretty fun to touch on. It's back to you, James.
Fuck yeah. You know what?
Yeah, I'll give you guys an update next week when when you guys already all know. Thanks, Bryant.
I can't wait for.
He might have
what
lost
if
the
some
championship by
fuckery
then.
happens in that match and it ends up being like a dusty finish or something, and I'm on camera be like, "Fuck yeah, Boomaye won!" and then it's like somebody interferes or something.
Brian, I don't know the email password.
Well, hey, speaking of interferences,
Or Mike, I'm sorry, buddy.
speaking of interferences, are we ready for our second match?
Yeah, why not?
Well, like we said, we covered Lash Leroux, so now we're covering Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Ain't he great? And I agree with Conrad. Like, he was the fast forward button because I always made fun of him for being like trash in WWE, change channel. Trash in WCW because, you know, he was the top guy when WCW was, you know, sinking. So, but yeah, after this podcast came out, I was like, I'll be damned. Double J is like, he was so good, he was hated. Like, it's just weird to, you know, to be so good that people just didn't get it, I guess, at the time. But shout out to Conrad for resurrecting it. And Jeff Jarrett's been on a hell of a run the past, like, year and a half, 2 years. And he knows who I am because, you know, I pay him to be my friend. But that being said, we're going to get right into this second match, and it is Jeff Jarrett versus Booker T. It took place. Oh, God. Hold on. It is a San Francisco 49er match. And no, it's not the football team. It's the Gold Rush reference. Boy. But hey, Devyn, the sun shines on the dog's ass every now and again, doesn't it? So enjoy your moment.
James. First, we started a few months ago and had the Sammy Guevara entire episode about him. Now we have the San Francisco 49ers match.
They beat my Cowboys twice in the playoffs 2 years in a row in the most embarrassing fashion on the last play.
It's going to keep happening if y'all keep getting there.
And I got scared at this fucking shit in June or July. It's not even football season. Ugh.
Shout out.
So,
why would I pay these people to be my friends? God.
A few minutes ago when James was talking about the build-up for this match, he touched on how not a lot of people have understood the Double J Jeff Jarrett character throughout his career. One person who always has understood Jeff Jarrett, though, is Vince Russo.
Oh,
and
Lordy.
Vince Russo was the head of creative during this time in WCW. So, since this was during the Vince Russo time, we must talk about when Vince Russo won the WCW Championship. That was on the Thunder.
Fucking match. Can we talk about the match? I don't give a shit about Russo winning the belt. Well, I think we covered that match also.
I'm sorry. Can we let Devyn do the build?
I haven't even said where it took place, any of that, the date, the match link. Hey, go ahead, box me out, dribble me out. I know you guys fucking love this. Go ahead. Fucking talk about Russo. Goddamn, can't wait. Go ahead.
So, Vince Russo started this Nitro by vacating the WCW Championship and said, we're going to have
leak in my bathroom.
A tag team tournament, pretty much. We're going to put two big rivals against two big rivals, and let's see who wins it out. So, Jeff Jarrett and Booker T faced off against Scott Steiner and I wrote down Mike Sanders, but I know it's Sting. So, in that match, Jeff Jarrett smashes the guitar over the head of Sting and goes to pin him. The referee comes over 1, 2, 3 and counts it. Even though Booker T and Scott Steiner were the legal men, but I digress. Vince Russo sends a letter to Tony Schiavone, and Tony Schiavone announces that the winners, Jeff Jarrett and Booker T, are going to be facing off in the first ever San Francisco 49ers match.
Oh, and that took place at a WCW Nitro October 2nd, 2000 from the Cow Palace in San Francisco. It had an attendance of 2,666 and had a match length of 13 minutes and 1 second. But hey, that's how we got there, I guess.
Sorry, James, I'm excited. I was just jumping the gun on this one.
Hey, man, you premature below your load, so enjoy marriage.
You don't know anything about that.
So, Jeff Jarrett entrance. Okay. We see a big slap nut sign in the crowd, which I love. Also, I know, Mike, you usually don't watch this, so we'll go ahead. I know you watch when the match starts, so hang tight. But, James, we see Beetlejuice with a guitar in a segment in the back, kind of like a pre-tape, or maybe from a previous show. So Beetlejuice was one of the Whack Pack on the Howard Stern show. James, are you a Howard Stern fan?
Oh, dude, he had such a great Whack Pack. I mean, wasn't like Shuley part of that? Yeah, you know?
Shout out.
But yeah, some of my favorites. Shout out.
Booker T entrance. All right, Devyn, let's get into this. Explain what is the concept of this match? Did you like it? Can you still use it today?
Yeah, the concept of this match is there's 4 different boxes hung above each turnbuckle, and throughout the match, you just have to go down, open a box. If the championship's in it, you win the championship. If a weapon's in it, you can use that weapon. So,
are there any other? Is it no disqualification?
Yeah, it's not supposed to be, but it's WCW. So,
all right, we'll get into all that. Okay.
I think this match could 100% be used today, though.
I bet you do. Wearing that fucking shirt and hat, I bet. Hey, we should have a 49er match every week.
Don't you think the possibilities are endless? Open one of those boxes and Darby Allin skateboards in it or something.
That would be something. That would really be something. Not even born yet. Mike, I got a
Mike
question
from
for
the
you.
outhouse to the penthouse, huh?
Yeah, Mike, let me ask you a question. How does that chair fit into that living room scheme?
Like shit.
The
So,
grand
Mike,
piano.
is this match too gimmicky for you, Mike?
Um,
Shout out.
no,
to
actually,
Yard.
it's not. I kind of dig it.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Good, perfect. James, who are the announcers?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Brad. It is Scott Hudson, Mark Madden, and your boy, my favorite, Tony Schiavone. Oh, and who is the ref? Well, to call back to that last match, it's old Slick Johnson once again.
How about
The
that?
best referee name of all time. So shout out
ever.
Slick Johnson. He just slides through. He feels like he's really smooth with what he does. He does do the premature finishes, but hey, old Slick Johnson's there when you need it.
So a box falls down already very early. Mike, is this a shoot or a work?
I don't know. There ain't no damn telling with this one. I mean, this was like one of the first. I guess this was the first time they had that match. So they're gonna
That's
have
the first swing into the corner too.
shit like that happen. But did they not do something like this in TNA?
Yeah, many years later, or no? I guess not that many, right?
Yeah, it was after, but
Yeah.
Are you not going to talk about Booker's theme song?
So talk about Booker's theme song, James.
It's one of the best theme songs of all time. Ice, cold, cold. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. And then he gives his shirt to that lady in the crowd, and then Jeff attacks him, and that lady's swinging the fucking shirt at Jeff. Oh, perfect.
and what did he say? Like beat that old bag or something like that.
Mark Madden had a ton of lines here.
If you've never heard Booker T or Harlem Heat's theme song, it's a fucking banger. That's your banger of the week, brought to you by JVC Kaboom Box.
So Jarrett opens a box, and it's a blow-up doll.
What's in the box?
So Devyn, if Erica wasn't available, are blow-up dolls an option?
I don't know. I've never asked, but no. I did have a note on this though. Mark Madden called this. He said that I didn't know Kimberly Page had an action figure.
Yep. That was awesome.
Funny.
Very good stuff. So body slam to Jarrett. Very athletic match, even though it is what it is with the gimmicks. I was going to talk to Adam a little bit about that as a wrestling purist, but he ain't here, so we ain't asking. We like it. So, Adam, even though this is gimmick, never mind, Adam. So body slam to Jarrett. Booker opens a box. Picture of Scott Hall. He breaks
Last
it over.
call Hall?
Yeah, Razor Ramon. Breaks it over breaks it over Jarrett's head. Mike, is there any pictures you want to break over my head?
There's quite a few I'm sure we can find.
This is a lot of fun because we really have no idea what's in these boxes. It's like I'm really excited for what was next, because
Like the movie 7. What's
so-
in the box?
it's like for someone that hasn't watched this in 20 years, it's very random. It's very random. Maybe if you were watching the build up to this for real, you might see some stuff here. We're not seeing any of that. Okay, so this is like the most random shit ever, seeing Razor Ramon, a picture of him.
I wouldn't mind asking one of the participants on a Zoom that I pay for his friendship to be like, hey, man, talk me through this.
Yeah, right.
As a in-ring performer, shout out Adam, but as an in-ring performer, Mr. Jarrett, talk me through this Four Corners 49er match.
That is true. We could do that. We should all do it.
Yeah,
we should all ask one different question.
I'm telling you, the blow-up doll picture of Scott Hall. We're not gonna spoil the finish, but there's a lot that happens in this match.
Booker T going for a third box. Jarrett breaks it up. Jarrett hits Booker with the box, then on the rails. Then another box. Jeff hits Booker on the announce table. So on the announce table now, we have a pile driver on the announce table to Jarrett. How dangerous is this move, James?
Oh, about as dangerous as Shivani in that fucking jacket, pants, and blue jeans.
Yeah, no
So
shit.
what are we doing in WCW 2000 here? But I would say, well, because we remember who was it, Kurt, when Triple H did the pedigree and the table collapsed and he fucking smashed his head and got a concussion. And then on this one, the table does not collapse. So I think every time you go to the table to do a move on it, like let's say a dude's laying on it and you jump on him, that's different. but to stand on the table and do a move, you're gambling every time. And I don't think it's worth it, honestly, to me.
Definitely not. So then we see Jeff Jarrett drinking a bottle of water. Just such a random thing.
He was thirsty.
Yeah.
And even Mark Madden's like, he's got his own water. And I think that's the side Mark was sitting on, so it was probably his bottle of water. That
Just such funny shit, man.
Chug.
Booker opens a third box. And what is it? Oh, it is the coal miner's glove.
Oh, wait a sec. We did this before.
Mike, is a coal miner's glove a WCW staple or what?
Definitely.
Didn't we cover this one time?
We sure did. And
It was a loaded
God.
coal
Mr.
miner's
Jake
glove.
the Snake Roberts versus Sting in a coal miner's glove match.
Find that in our archives in our first ever episode.
And I'll tell you,
That was
Was it
our
our first
first episode?
that is not our first
Then the
episode.
second
I was about to say we did
Not our
the first
second
couple.
episode either, you
First
asshole.
You guys will have to go back and watch to
Cody
figure
and
out what
Dustin.
episode it was on.
It's at least 3 or later. And that's all we want you to watch anyway.
The coal mine, because when I saw them grab the coal miner's glove, I was like, oh God, we would talk about, like, it comes full circle sometimes, with us.
And if you ask Jake the Snake, boy, that was a happy time in his career.
Yeah, he loved that match.
Not. So Devyn, we have opened 3 out of the 4 boxes. Was there any chance that the title was going to be in the first 3 boxes?
I mean, not if it's like planned out correctly.
It could have been in the one that fell. Because when that first box fell, I was like, man, it'd be so WCW 2000 if that fell, busts open. And
So true. How lackluster would it be to be the title in the first box? The game over. Match ends.
Yeah.
That's it.
How
That'd
do
be
you
awesome.
work, the rest of that match?
We wouldn't be covering it.
And did y'all hear that motherfucker with the whistle all the time?
Oh, yes.
Is Alfonso in the fucking crowd? Like, why is there a whistle going off all the time?
Shout out to Alfonso, GCW's finest.
Bill
Or
Alfonso,
ECW, one or the other.
We should get him on the show.
So Jarrett with the glove now hits Booker with the glove on. Mike, why does the glove hurt so much?
It's loaded.
With what?
Coals.
What's in the coal miner's glove that hurts so bad?
I mean,
I need
don't
to know. Any coal miners out there, please?
I do
Anyway.
have some. Hey, I do have something on that. When he punches him, there's a dude that walks by with a sign in the background that says, "I wish I was at Raw," and he colored in like the Raw logo. And he walks across that walkway. I wish I was at Raw.
So we have Jarrett off the top with the box on Booker's head. Jarrett going for the last box. Ha! Booker breaks it up. Jarrett hits Booker with the glove again. Jeff Jarrett with the sleeper. And this is a smart move, Devyn, considering what this match is, correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You knock out your opponent, get him laying down there asleep, then you can go climb to the top and grab your last box.
So let me ask you another question. You big fan of the Cow Palace?
I've never been there, but I've always seen shows throughout history. Yeah, I've always
That's
been
San Francisco treat, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out
Just
right
down the
there.
block from Candlestick Park.
Rice-A-Roni over here.
Yeah. Love it. All right, so now what are we doing? So Jarrett hits Booker with the glove again. Oh, no, I already did that. Mike, why is the referee checking if Booker is awake?
Because he got put to sleep after he got hit with the loaded glove.
So what are the rules? What if he's asleep? Now what? Is the match over?
He's just checking on him, making sure he's alive.
Making sure he's asleep. Does the box not get opened if he falls asleep?
Yeah.
This is the stupidest thing ever. This is WCW 2000, like you said.
Hey,
are
it is.
Why are we waking up the opponent? If
I
all
wrote
we have
that
to do
in
is-
3 separate parts of my notes. WCW in 2000.
There's no, if he falls asleep, Jeff just walks over and opens the box and wins the title. No. We have to check to make sure he's not asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted more for you there, Mike. I wanted more.
There's not much
That's
more there
what
is.
she did.
I mean, he's checking the pulse, maybe. I mean, you ever choke somebody out? They could. Stop breathing.
Not lately. Yeah.
I mean,
Belly to back from Jarrett. Again, ref counting. What the fuck, I wrote.
True.
Booker catches Jeff off the top into a rock bottom.
You're no, it's what do you call it?
bookend.
Okay. Booker going for the box. Broken up. Axe kick in. Spinaroonie. Kick to Jarrett. There it is. Spinneroonie is a
Hey,
fun
shout
move.
out Slick Johnson over there.
So how's Tony doing on the call though, James?
I mean, he's making chicken salad.
I do like how one of them say when I think it's Jarrett climbing the rope. He's like, "It's not on that corner; it's in the other corner." Talking about the box.
That is good.
Oh.
So out of the three boxes, Devin, which one was your favorite weapon?
I think it was the Scott Hall picture frame.
Nah, I don't buy it. I know you're eyeing up.
You're right. You're
blow-up
right. It
doll.
was a coal miner's glove. You got me. I love that coal miner's glove.
Nah, I know that you and Eric are looking to add a third, so the blow-up doll.
Boom! Shout out Bryant.
Let's not start this trend.
All right, so Booker going for the box, and not that kind of box.
Heyo.
Jarrett breaks it up. What is Jarrett doing under the ring, Mike? We don't know. It takes forever, doesn't it?
It does. You think it'd get pissed off?
3 separate times. Did they go to the spot too early, so they had to make sure they did it 3 fucking times?
So this doesn't do well on TV for those of you at home that don't know what we're saying. Go back and watch this because Jarrett goes under there. He's trying to pull something out, and we're talking like, look, 30 seconds in wrestling time is like an hour.
Yeah.
And we're like, what is he doing? Can he just go get the damn box?
Pulls it, goes back up, goes back down, pulls it, goes back up, goes back down, pulls it. And then, I mean, why keep going down there, Jeff? Obviously, something's down there. Fucking figure it out, bro.
So
Oh,
obviously,
yeah,
what
wrestling
happens?
time.
Okay. Beetlejuice emerges from the ring. Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show. Ball shot to Jarrett.
Boom.
Booker gets the box. The belt falls out.
Wait,
just
can we
falls
talk
out.
about the nut shot? Because he goes up there and he goes up there. It's like he's trying to grab him or something.
No, he might be.
Ew.
To each their own, Mike.
Got him like 3 times.
So the belt just falls out.
The guitar has come to life. It's a rock and roll Pinocchio.
Booker T wins the title. How about this finish, Devin, huh?
Yeah, it was flatter than a plate of piss. Honestly.
Yeah, oh, good.
Flatter than a plate of piss.
You never heard that?
Yeah, no.
JR thing, man. Come on, listen to
even know what it
the
means.
friends you pay for.
Shout out Grillin' JR and AdFreeShows.
That's true. He has his lines for sure.
But hey, a fuck finish on a title match, yay or nay?
Nay.
Nah.
Big time nay, especially the one. I mean, I know we haven't got to the end, but the way this one goes.
This is the
WCW
third
2000.
different title change in the past 3 weeks in
It's
WCW.
insanity. We have a champion now for 3 years.
That's true. That's a good way to. Hey, that's actually a damn good point. Roman Reigns didn't take a pin for like 1,200 days, been champion for 3 years, and here we are, just fucking Beetlejuice coming out and doing shit, multiple nut shots. Like, I mean, whatever, dude.
So Scott
WCW
Steiner.
2000, baby.
Well, man, I can't wait to finish this up. Scott Steiner out with the pipe. Brutal attack on Booker and Beetlejuice. 2000 WCW, James.
Steiner recliner on Beetlejuice. This is one of my lines in my notes. Steiner recliner on Beetlejuice. Ladies and gentlemen, WCW in 2000. And then as they're going off air with Steiner having Beetlejuice in the recliner, fans, we are out of time. And then Tony goes, look at Beetlejuice. Cut.
That's funny you say that because I'm looking at the time on my. I was
Scott
watching,
Steiner, dude, yoked. Like fucking yoked. And Beetlejuice, I'm not going to say little person because that may offend, boy howdy, Twitter was active today. But, yeah, he's giving the Steiner recliner, and it's like, look at Beetlejuice. Cut. Whatever. Whatever.
So
go ahead.
at the next pay-per-view, it is Halloween Havoc. The leading up to sorry, just to put a bookend on
I'm
this
not mad.
feud.
Yeah,
I'm just
go
rubbing my
for
eyes,
it.
bro. I'm not mad.
Awful
For the
graphic.
championship.
That's probably the worst Halloween Havoc graphic of all time.
For the WCW Championship, a Halloween Havoc 2000, it is Booker T versus Scott Steiner. Booker T continues to hold on to the championship, but the finish is a disqualification when Scott Steiner hits Booker T with a lead pipe.
Why is everything on a pole with Russo? Everything's on a fucking
likes
pole
pole.
with Russo.
Says it all, doesn't it?
But another fun fact about this Nitro, really quick. There's only 25 Nitros left in Nitro history.
That's less than 1 year.
Oh, smart one.
So I do have a lot of listener questions if you guys are ready.
Ready.
Yeah.
You do have a shitload. Shout out to our listeners. We greatly appreciate the feedback, and y'all came in fucking droves, this week. So
Bobby K5, geez, I can never say
Bobby
it.
Duncan.
Bobby KF5 GTX AFS Top Guy. Yes, Bobby Duncan. Do you guys think Lash could have been the world heavyweight champion?
Maybe a U.S. title.
Yeah.
But booked right. And once again, when he was breaking into WCW and getting the push, boy, coughing on roller skates time, as Siobhan would say. So as he was ascending, that company was descending, big time.
I believe the Lash we saw here, no, he could not be the world champion. If he would have been able to jump over to WWF with the purchase, and I feel like a bunch of giving Lash the right push, in 5-6 years after this character, he could have been world champion.
Patience,
Mike.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get everything set up.
All right. So,
boy, that fellatio stage just really, giving it to you right now. Huh?
So I think anybody can be champion that they put the rocket behind, of course.
No, you
and
don't.
I do.
Yeah.
I want him to be champion. Duh. I just think he's at a disadvantage for being 40 years old. However, I do think Lash could have been champion. He could talk. He had the look, and he had the athleticism. They have to put the rocket behind him, though.
Yeah, it's booking. Booking has a lot to do with this.
So
what about if he had a different character?
I like this character. I didn't say anything wrong. It's not too gimmicky. It was a Raging Cajun. What? It's like the head of the table. It's nothing too much. It's not like it's not like a dentist. Or
was Jericho when he won the AEW belt?
Or a porn star. It's a solid character. Also, he asked, what if Jarrett and Booker were a tag team?
Damn. Now we're talking.
Yeah, two very athletic guys. Could have done it like MJF and Adam
the Harlem Cole. Kick, whatever you call that. Shout out to the audio listeners right there.
That was a nice pause.
Right?
Thanks, Devyn. These questions for all of us, guys.
That'd have been good.
Is Devyn
muted for some reason?
Why are you muted?
I don't know why.
That makes sense. I was trying to talk, and I was like, oh. But, so, I think these two definitely could have been a tag team. They were earlier in the show. They worked pretty great together, honestly. I watched that match as well. I feel like Jeff Jarrett and Booker T, two charismatic MFers, they could definitely tear it up together.
Hey, Tyler, can we get that banner off? There it is. Fucking
all right.
I'm with Tyler.
Mike, you agree? Good tag team?
Yeah, I think they were a good tag team. Maybe not tag team champions, but.
So I'm a lady and a friend. Our good friend Allison Faye writes, and what else does she write?
Hair.
Who has the better hair? And she's talking about Lash and Chavo. And why is it Lash?
I would say Lash now has good hair.
Because she has longer hair. She likes longer hair, don't she?
Lash's hair in the present day, because we pay for his friendship. But Lash's present day hair, really awesome.
I think she just likes hair that's she does not have a particular long or short because she likes bald too. So it gets a little confusing with her.
Allison doesn't matter long or short.
Oh, shout out.
Find out next week.
Allison, that is 114.38 in. Anyway,
it's not like it. No, I'm not gonna make that joke because we. Yeah.
I think the better hair is Jeff Jarrett.
Whoa, he's not even in the option.
Well, who says that? She just said who has the better hair.
You said it is not. You said Lash versus Chavo.
I think I screwed up because I didn't say anything. All I said was what we were covering.
Well, I think Lash has got the coolest hair. He's got the long, curly red hair. You don't see it that often. I think it's cool.
I got you. All right, Zol Lopez. Shout out, Zol. Since Jeff launched his podcast, how much has it moved the needle for you on appreciating his contributions to the business? P.S. Ain't he great?
Reciprocally.
Yes, a lot.
It went from
I love him.
I don't give a shit about this dude because when I was like, oh, that's cool, he got Jeff, awesome. And now I'm like, oh, a new mile roll's posted. Click, because like Conrad said, people don't give him the respect he has or he deserves because he's been the son of a promoter, grandson of a promoter. He's worked his way up, starting as like a skinny kid ref. He's been behind the scenes. He's owned a promotion. He's wrestled in the darkest of times. He's wrestled in the best of times. Now he's on a career resurgence. I mean, who has had a better wrestling life than Jeff Jarrett? Like it's weird. Once Conrad started the podcast, I didn't really put it all together, but it's like, holy fuck, this dude has literally done it all.
Loyalty, too. Like he's loyal to a fault. Like for him to be there for us last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, whatever it is. It's loyalty to Conrad, loyalty to us. I got nothing but good things to say about Jeff Jarrett, and I watch his stuff back fondly now. If I didn't at the time, but now I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devyn, did you say anything, or are you just like nodding with smiles?
Yeah, you just Erica. Does Erica want to make a run in? I mean, what are we doing here?
He's looking like she's there.
He has to ask permission.
No, she's not there.
Can I continue the episode?
But he looked like he could have been.
The episode, babe?
All right, so we got another question here from Amy Vaughn. Should Lash initiate a comeback into wrestling, and if yes, where would you like him to see? Where would you like to see him, and who against? That's a tough one, man.
Yes, but I would say contracted out. I don't. Why commit to one when you can kind of do one-offs at a lot of them?
Lash could step into the NWA right now and contest for the World Heavyweight Championship.
And he could even fight on Collision, everybody's favorite show.
Yeah.
And maybe he could fucking step onto, an MLW thing. Maybe I think he could Cardona style, just like do a match everywhere.
I think he fits right in at Impact. Going up against like a Brian Myers, or even like just a guy like Moose. I can see it.
So Lash,
I'm in. I don't
give people what they want, bro. You still got it. We saw it.
If he would get a WWE, if he would get a WWE run, I think I'd like to see him in NXT with those guys, mentoring those guys. But I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
I think he could do a bunch of one-offs, dude. I think he could do a bunch of one-offs, make a good fucking payday at each one. Not crazy paydays, but like accumulated together, it'd be a good payday. Do a bunch of one-offs, and then boom, ride into the sunset.
He could be a GCW.
Because hey, here's the thing: Lash can draw.
Yes, he can. Very
Lash
well
would fit right in with the NWA. Trevor Murdoch and Mike Knox just love to drink beer and kick people's ass.
Fritz.
How long have you been waiting to say that, James?
What?
The
biggest pun of all time, man.
Oh, man.
Because he could draw money, and he could definitely draw a caricature.
All right, so this is someone I don't know. This is from Jason Coleman. He wanted to know, where'd you get that sick-ass Cabana Man Dan shirt? Well, Jason Coleman, I got it at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Cabana Man Dan.
Well, we're
Shout out to
a lot
Cabana
of
Man
different merchandise sites on this.
So that's where I got it, Jason. If you're interested, let your friends know.
And if you're interested in the Kick Out Crew shirt, that's Angry Lemonade.
.net.
/collections/Kick Out Crew.
So we got two questions here from Michael Gallagher. One, I don't understand why he asked, but, shout out, Mike.
Shout out Gallagher. Great dude. Miss you at TG Dub.
So I love that Brian doesn't get it, by the way.
Continue, sir. Kayfabe's real. Continue.
Michael Gallagher wants to know, what's your favorite version of Double J?
Current.
Last Outlaw. Absolutely.
Well, okay, yeah. When he battled Effie and all that stuff, that was really good. That was really, really good.
Well, it's not the one where he had the blinds, like the Phoenician blinds, on his chest.
Yeah.
I can't support that right now.
Ain't that great? That's a JEWF Hey, let's go to this Nashville Municipal. Yeah.
So
that is the greatest Double J. Spend my days working hard on the go.
Right.
It's great.
So his second question is, maybe I'm missing something here, guys. Maybe you can help me out. I personally like the Filthy Animals as a faction. What do you guys think?
No.
Just seemed random because nobody that we covered today's in it. Right? I mean, am I wrong about that?
Was
Maybe
Chavo
Chara?
in it?
I don't think Chavo was in it. That's why I didn't understand the question. But maybe
Huh.
Yeah.
he's just talking about Chavo's relationship with some of those guys, like
The Filthy Animals-
Mysterio and stuff like that.
They were on the Thunder earlier in the show. But
Fair.
Okay.
Well, I like the Filthy Animals for real. I like them better as heels though.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it, folks.
So we have Josh Goddard. He wants to know, where does Double J rank on everybody's list? Take into account everything he's
Gator.
done in the business.
Oh, Gator. That's Gator. You know, Josh. Yeah.
Done in the business. Top 5, top 10, top 20.
Who did you?
Top
What
five.
happened?
Double
Top
J. Where do you rank him?
I'm gonna say
definitely
top
top
five.
10.
Yeah, I'm top 10.
Are we talking? Well, workers or what are we doing?
With
that's
everything,
the thing.
he's
Like,
done it all. So not
about
many.
you?
of
Yeah,
them done it.
How about we do
I'm
this?
down with the. I'm down with the rating them very high.
Yeah. How about heels overall as a heel? An unlikable heel. Not a
Very
cool
high.
heel.
Oh,
You know?
Unlikable Hill. We all just talked about changing the channel when he came on, so you
Mhm.
got to put him up there.
Yeah. I put him up there with like we were talking about before, like a Jinder Mahal, where we were like, what the hell? But yeah, he's doing his job. And we've said this so many times on this show.
1,000%. Or
Uh,
wait, as one person would say, 100%.
So another
You can listen
question
to
here
My World on AdFreeShows.
from Adam Jefferson. Adam Jefferson, a part of the Zip Code Bros. Shout out Adam. Also Gallagher as well. He wanted to know, this is another Jeff Jarrett question, guys. Is Jeff Jarrett underrated or overlooked by fans? If so, why?
Both.
Yeah, absolutely. Why? Because they don't appreciate him. They didn't
I think he
appreciate
did
him.
it too. I think he did it too good, and it was his fault. Like you did it too good, because you
Yeah.
know, like I said, once the podcast started, I didn't realize he did it so good that we hated it too much. When in reality, if we would have paid attention, it probably would have been. He probably would have made 1 million baby faces, but we just didn't give it the chance, and we just changed the channel. But Jeff Jarrett probably could have made a lot of motherfuckers.
He did.
Great.
Everyone talks about the one of the greatest women of all time, China, who won
That's true.
the Intercontinental Championship.
Nobody
over
else
top
was
of
doing
Double
jobs
J.
to her in '98, and Jeff had a program with her.
Not
Yeah.
not that time. Not
There's
nobody.
multiple men that refused. Jeff
They-
Jarrett.
They
No
made
problem.
Jeff saw the money, man. Promoter's grandson and son. He saw the money in it.
He's
I talked
everywhere.
about that. I talked about
Jeff,
that Top Guy
man.
Weekend 2 years ago. I talked about that with Jeff and Jerry. Great.
I'm
Great
telling
stuff.
you, dude, he was. If we could go back in time, knowing what we know, Jeff was probably one of the biggest heels of all time.
Yeah.
But the fact that we just didn't get it at the time, you
We were
know,
kids, man.
oh man, because he was so damn good, and he can go. Obviously, he's got the talent, and then the character. It's insane that he's not on that, like, you know, up there on the heel level. Like Flair was a great heel. Jeff Jarrett could be, you know, damn close to that. I'm not saying he's Flair, but I'm saying heel wise, if we would have gave it the respect it deserved, he'd have been way up there on the heel list. Hell, he beat up Flair with a goddamn shoe, and we were all a hook, line, and sinker.
So Ben Jones wants to know. This is a toughie, guys, and there's a real toughie after this. For those watching WCW at the time, did you ever fantasy book with having Booker T join WWE around 99-2000? And how would that have looked if he came in then instead of early 2001? Shout out Ben. Waka,
Maybe
waka, waka.
better. I don't know, maybe better.
I think it would have been better for him.
Yeah, it would have been way better, but
It would have been on their terms instead of
just
like.
think about the that supermarket brawl thing. That's down in history. If he wouldn't have shown up and injured Steve, and then you have the Buff and Booker like you know, WCW match on Raw thing, I think if Booker would have got there. But here's the deal, though: would Booker have been able to establish the credibility if he would have left early compared to be WCW champion a couple times? Then when he went there, he's kind of like, okay, they kind of sort of respect him compared to, oh, he's just another guy coming over.
Right.
I think going immediately was the best thing for Booker.
Okay.
Immediately put on that level with The Rock, Stone Cold.
Oh, but we're talking
Team with
about
Chris
WCW
Jericho.
close.
But what he would a year earlier if he would have come in
Yeah.
before they went under.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if they would have respected Booker.
Yeah, I don't think he would. I don't think he would have been.
That's a damn good
Yeah.
question.
It is a good question.
I don't
Finally,
know.
this comes to us from Randy Elkarai.
Oh boy.
And howdy.
Randy.
Had Double J stayed true to his roots and not got trapped in the WWE persona of a rockabilly, could he have been the first one to pull off the Stone Cold gimmick?
I'm not really 100% sure what he's going with there,
I think absolutely not.
but I don't know what he means by that.
Well,
though,
he means
but I will
this. I
say-
mean, he has a second sentence. I
Okay.
mean, as a badass stomping into the ring and kicking ass kind of guy. I don't remember him ever being that.
I don't either. Maybe
Sorry,
he
Randy.
was in the previous stuff.
I wanted to like the question more, Randy.
I
But I
think.
appreciate
Well,
you
here's the
asking.
thing. Like with Stone Cold, you knew. Well, you didn't know, but you knew the backstory of like Bischoff fired him over a fax. He went to ECW. Wasn't really used there, but he was injured. You know, he's just cutting promos. Goes to WWE. He's the ringmaster. And then like, so I think the build, like patience, you know, I think the build and the fucking like the shit that you had to deal with, and then finally when Stone Cold was like, "Fuck y'all, I'm breaking," like, you know, it made him.
Right.
The fact that he had to sit second fiddle for a long fucking time made him that hardcore edge dude. Like, boom. With Jeff, it seemed like he was kind of sort of promoted to certain aspects and then just always pulled away and then pushed and then pulled away, pulled away. But Stone Cold, he knew he had the fucking talent and he never got the respect. So when he was in there, like, fuck y'all, I'm taking it. Like, there's a difference between, you know, that.
Yeah, I think they say that a gimmick is just the best gimmicks are just a personality turned up a little bit. So I think that there really isn't another Stone Cold that or another person that could have pulled off the Stone Cold gimmick other than Steve Austin himself.
True. And I will go on a limb and say this. I don't think we'll ever find another Stone Cold, or I don't think WWE or any promotion will reach the heights of connection with the fans that Stone Cold had. And I truly believe that because there's never been our blue collar guy that beat up his boss, that was always pushed down, and he finally broke through. Like, I don't think you'll ever see that dynamic again. I really don't, because the business is not situated that way, and they're never going to allow that type of. Because Stone Cold versus McMahon was all of us. Like, he was one of us battling his boss, and I don't think that dynamic is ever going to. They've done authority bullshit before, and it's never really clicked. But I don't think a character will resonate with fans as much as Stone Cold did with us. And I'll go to my grave knowing that connection, because we all love Stone Cold. He was our dude. Like, fuck the corporation, fuck you, fuck the, like, everybody wants to stunner their boss, you know. And I don't think you'll ever get that. I don't think you'll ever get that connection, and that's why he turned Vince McMahon from a millionaire to a billionaire. And I don't think you'll ever get that connection again and set those records, sellouts. But because when you hear that glass shatter, it gives you goosebumps. Like, you know, I don't think we'll ever get that again. The way it's structured now, you know.
All right. Well, that's it for the listener questions, guys. Back to you, James.
Hell yeah. So, you know, was
I forgot to take it off.
what?
The waka waka waka.
No.
Why would you edit it when we're live, pal?
No, I edited it this morning though. I found out he wasn't coming. I just forgot that one.
Well, hey, you know, we were gonna go to Adam with Waka Waka Waka, but he's doing big time. There it is.
I love it.
He's doing big time shit right now, and you know, shout out to Adam, fully supportive of our boy, your boy, on your show. Which, you know, we've I talked about it, you know, earlier. We appreciate and support all of our friends doing better. I mean, hell, we're paying you to be our friends, so you might as well just like strive to the top, you know. But
hey, look,
we're proud of
Mike,
Adam.
we're in the
He's
same
one
place.
of our own. He's one of your own, and we're proud of each and every one of you for doing the same. If you're in a fucking cage break that cage and fly.
Mike,
And
you have the same decorator as we do?
Yeah.
I'll be damned. Are you all in the same house?
Yeah, same house, same spot. This is freaking great.
Well, hey, Brad, what was better?
All right. So this is what I
know what I mean.
was talking, kind of mentioned earlier, and what you touched on with patience, James. So I wanted to know what was better. So let's face it, the fans sometimes will things into existence, and I think we've had examples of that have happened, and examples that have not happened. So what I mean by that is we wanted it, we didn't get it. Rusev Day, we didn't get. Okay, but I'm not using that as an example from what I'm doing.
That's a very good point.
But we got it with Daniel Bryan. We got it with Kofi Kingston.
And you can hear about that in the archives.
Now, the story's not over yet. But I think if this was 2013, 2014, we would have got it with Cody Rhodes, and we would have got it with, LA Knight.
And, and shout out to Eddie Kingston, because he kind of does that same type of and I know he's an IWGP champion or whatever, but Eddie's promos are reaching that level, not as mainstream or whatever, but you want to root for Eddie Kingston, we're getting there.
And Damian Priest, the new Mr. Money in the Bank. You want to root for him.
So what I'm saying is this.
I judged that day.
Daniel Bryan's moment when he won the championship was a moment, and the build to it was unbelievable. Same with Kofi Kingston. But the builds to this Cody Rhodes character and LA Knight was very good too. Self-made LA Knight, not so much Cody Rhodes, but the fans got behind it. But the WWE machine was behind it as well. So what was better? Was it better for us to get what we wanted with Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston, or is it better to keep us wanting more with LA Knight and with Cody Rhodes?
Well, when you say get what we wanted, like you mentioned, those were long builds. Like Sting in the NWO, like a year and a half build. It's not like they started the Sting thing and then at the March pay-per-view they paid it off. No, they kept that building all the way to Starrcade. So I do like the build aspect of it, and I get it. And to hotshot something is kind of, I guess, what you're referring to. It is awesome, but where do you go from there?
I understand
you
that.
have to have okay, cool. We did this. Now where do you go? Because Hangman had a good build with Omega. And then once he won, they had no idea what the fuck to do with him. So, and then everybody's like, oh, Hangman was a shitty champion. No, they booked him like ass. That's not Hangman's fault. He didn't book himself. So I kind of agree with the long play. And the long play, when they finally win it, woo! Now we're selling tickets,
Yeah, I'm with James. Even though that we had the Daniel Bryan build that kind of felt like his quick, it really wasn't. He lost at SummerSlam. He had to fight his way back. He had to keep going.
WrestleMania, 8 seconds.
Yeah,
thing.
Even Kofi was a little bit of a build.
Kofi was 6 months or less.
Kofi's was, I believe, 2 months.
Kofi's was by accident.
The chamber.
Yes.
It was at the chamber, but there was still one pay-per-view in between there where I remember him having to go up against the Bar individually. It's just Kofi versus both the Bar.
And they booked, here's the thing, they booked the New Day. Oh, y'all want Kofi in? Then you have to win. So that was a different, now it's a camaraderie thing.
Yes. Well, also agreeing with James.
Destiny, the New Day, Xavier and Big E, if y'all want Kofi to win, then y'all got to win. So that's you cheer for that type of stuff. It means more than just one dude going through his trials and tribulations. No, he didn't really have control over a lot of it. Vince booked against him with his friends. So, because when Big E flipped over that announce table on Eric Rowan and, he got counted out, I lost my fucking shit. I knew it was going to be Kofi and Daniel at WrestleMania, but in that moment, when Kofi flips that table, or when Big E flips that table, goes in the ring, and they count to 10, you're losing it. You're fucking losing it. It was awesome. That was a great, great build because his friends got him that title.
But then they didn't know where to go.
Mike, what do you got to say?
None. I'm trying to get my computer fixed up.
All right. I'm going to say something because I don't think it's all the same. Now, this Daniel Bryan, they were building. He worked his way up for years. But it really was when he got with Kane and it was Team Hell No that all of a sudden he started getting over like crazy. And I remember that day when John Cena came out and was going to announce his opponent for WrestleMania or for SummerSlam. And then he announced Daniel Bryan, which he had no previous build with at all. But Daniel Bryan was to the point where he was bigger than John Cena. I mean, as far as cheers go, not merchandise. We're not talking about kids and merchandise. We're talking about cheers in the crowd and people going nuts. And then with Kofi Kingston, it was almost by accident because, he went in for an injury and then just the crowd.
Ali. Because Ali probably would have won that title. Let's be real. Ali was supposed to, do big shit at that Elimination Chamber, and the crowd just got behind Kofi. So,
again, the crowd willed him into that. And now I think with Cody Rhodes, again, and with LA Knight, I just think you have lightning in a bottle. I don't think it happens that often.
Sammy, we're not even talking about Sammy. Y'all's blowhard dude.
He's another one. Excellent. Good point. Lightning in a bottle doesn't happen all the time. It's happened a little bit lately, but I don't think that was the case with Hangman. I don't think that was lightning in a bottle. I think it was he was good and he deserved a championship, but I wasn't as invested in that as I don't know if the crowd was as invested in that as these other characters. I don't know.
Yeah, because his was like you didn't realize you wanted it until it was started happening.
So I just don't know if missing these opportunities is always the best move, because it's just yes, you may not have anything after that. I get it, but then you're never gonna have a second chance to have that moment. And I don't know if Cody's moment's gonna be there again like it was before.
I don't think anybody. I don't think Sammy's ever gonna get that moment, because you're not going to be able to get and kind of the same thing with Cody.
Yeah.
Unless they build it right, it's not going to reach the peak of anticipation that they had. Because if they were to do it, it's not going to feel the same, because they were on fire going into WrestleMania. And now, depending on how you book it, I don't think it's going to mean as much compared to how people were backing them leading into the last WrestleMania.
So
I don't think
anyway,
they're going to capture that again.
I know we can spend a weekend on this.
Oh yeah,
but I thought it was interesting because I just think they've taken a different approach, and I don't know if it's always the best way, but I just wanted to hear what you guys had to say. So thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of what the people are watching, I guess it's time to swing it on over to Devyn. So you thought Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. Boy, we have Mr. Irrelevant on this show. That was an unnecessary dig. I just wanted to make that joke. You're wearing the 49ers stuff, man. But no, Devyn, I was even talking to him before we even started this. Oh, look at Devyn's. Wow, he has his own graphic, I guess. Well, big-time money-making Devyn's demographic. What are the people watching? Take it away.
So, for my Devyn's demographic of the week, I want to start out again saying shout out to my beautiful future bride, Erica, because it is our 10-year anniversary. I want to give another shout out to one of my lifelong best friends, Ryan Besaw, because he recently asked me to be the best man in his wedding, and I think it's great. You guys have heard him in previous episodes sending questions at B's Knees. So those are two that I want to get off the topic really quick. So now my wrestling demographic of the week. NWA has just invaded Highland Park in Chicago. We're going to be seeing a bunch of title matches, a bunch of big matches throughout the next upcoming weeks on NWA Power. Some of them are Kenzie and Kylie Page facing the NWA Women's Tag Team Champions, Misa Kate and Maddie Rinkowski. We're going to be seeing Kerry Morton defend his light heavyweight championship against a few different opponents. We're going to be seeing Chris Masters, formerly known as Chris Masters, now Chris Adonis, going up against our boy, Thrillbilly Silas Mason. We're also seeing a big return for the NWA as Genocide returns to the women's division. I'm stoked to be seeing this throughout the next couple weeks on Power. I think everyone should be checking it out and staying tuned.
Hey, shout out to Jared Fritz, NWA.
Shout out Jared Fritz.
Shout out to this graphic.
Yeah.
Thanks. Shout out Brian's mom.
Awesome. Wait a minute. Devyn made that. Oh, now I get it. Okay, I thought Brian did a little.
Devyn, are you
Devyn
spooning?
made it. It was like, hey, can you put this on my segment?
Are you?
I don't know who made this photo, but
spooning? Is that Sammy and you?
Oh, that's a picture of me and Sammy from Sammy and Ty's wedding.
It should be the other way around. I know there's an email floating around that I think it should be the other way around.
Oh man.
No, there's a picture of me and Triple H shaking hands from when I got to meet him. Wow, there's a bunch of cool things
Where are
on
you
my
seeing
new
that? Oh, there it
Devyn's
is.
Demeg graphic.
Awesome.
So
Thanks, Bryant.
we good on we good on that?
We're good
That
as
was
we're
my
good, baby.
topic for this week. Stay tuned the next couple Tuesdays to be watching NWA Power on YouTube.
Good plug. But hey, what better thing to do while watching wrestling than to eat some food, right? So, Mike, what you got for us this week?
2 seconds. I have a bacon wrapped smoked pizza roll. How about that? There it is on the screen. So you need some bacon. You need some pizza rolls. You need some JR seasoning. And I'd like to put a slice of jalapeno on there. What you want to do is you season everything up. Take jalapeno, put it on the pizza roll, and wrap it with bacon. And then you want to smoke it. Smoke it on 250 for about 30 minutes. Then you flip it on the other side for about another 15 minutes. Take it off, and you ranch or whatever you want to do with it. Perfect, good little damn recipe.
So, quick question for those at home that maybe don't have JR's seasoning: is there a substitute they can use?
Yeah, whatever seasoning you want.
No, is it like an all-purpose seasoning? What is JR's?
Yeah,
seasoning?
all-purpose. That's what
Okay.
that's what JR's is. All-purpose seasoning.
Okay, great. All right, sounds good.
So yeah, it's actually a good little thing.
I'm a big jalapeno pepper fan, so that does sound pretty good. Nice spice in that.
That truly was a Mike's Meat Minute.
Hey-o!
Yeah. And there you have it, folks. I am so pissed off about my computer not working.
If you have any recipes, send them to @Whitaker1028.
Yeah, because I'm y'all bitch about mine, so give me yours to bitch about.
There it is. So is that it on that one?
That's it.
Right on. Well, I guess we're up into next week's topic. I know what it is, but who wants to
I have it written down here, so if you want me to do it.
go for it? Hey, go for it.
So we are having a special guest on next week. It is Evan Polisher from AdFreeShows, the man
Yeah.
for sure. Does all the stuff that nobody else wants to do, maybe, and puts together all these things for us, Zooms and everything. Great guy, also really nice. So he's going to be on the show, and he picked 2 great matches. We're going to talk about Survivor Series 1991, Hogan versus Taker, and we're also going to talk about, which I love this match so much, Foley winning the title from The Rock on January 1999 Raw. Can't remember the exact date, damn it.
Hey, that episode should put butts in seats.
Anyway, that's fun for me for sure, because
And
that's
you
one
know
of my
that
moments.
Survivor Series match that he's talking about is where Hogan was like, "Oh, he injured my neck" or whatever the fuck. Yeah, both of those matches had impacting, like they impacted wrestling business moving forward. Because wasn't that one of Hogan's last matches at WWE?
I mean, not really.
But like I think he the Yokozuna bullshit, but
Yeah, that was 93, Yokozuna.
yeah, but 91 was he lost the title to an up and comer.
Yeah, he sure
Dead
did.
Man.
By the way,
those are both big title changes. Title changes.
Looking forward to that and talking to him. So we're gonna be talking more Top Guy stuff. Sorry, everybody. But
Man, and I have
I paid a
world.
lot of money for him to come on.
It's spoiler. The outline should say Spirit of AFS on my part because I have a lot of words for Mr. Evan Polisher. He's a big part of my life. He doesn't realize it after he shows is humongous in my life, paying for friends and stuff. But here's the spoiler. You may see James get a little teary eyed on that episode. I'm getting a little teary eyed talking about it now. But it's I can't wait to give that dude his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he deserves a lot, and he's helped me through a bunch of tough times, and I love the fuck out of Evan Polisher, and I cannot wait to give him his due because he is, like Brad said, he's the guy behind the scenes, at AdFreeShows, and can't fucking wait for that episode, man. I'm really,
funny
really,
thing-
really, really, really pumped for it. I'm not going to talk anymore because I will fucking, get a little emotional, but that's going to be a good one. I'm really excited.
So
Really
before you go to
excited.
the conclusion, James, I just want to say something. I'm on my back in that ring, right? After I
Yeah.
got kicked. And I, out of the corner of my eye, I see Evan jumping up and down like no other.
Dude, Evan is really awesome. And I
Yeah.
can't wait to just give him respect for how much he's meant to me and how much he probably means to a lot of people that he's never going to hear from probably and he doesn't even know about, So
True.
big fan of Evan and
Yeah.
really can't wait for that one. And he's an awesome guy too.
Yeah,
Like,
he's just a dude.
great dude.
Just a great guy.
Great dude. He deserves a lot, and hopefully he leaves next week knowing how much he's affected all of us.
Just a little, and I'm going to let you get to this because we're going to finish up here. We're actually going to do
Yeah.
an ad-free thing around 9:00, so we're all.
Yeah, Mike.
But little things like I'll just make I have a question for him, and I just put it in the Patreon. He answers me like right away, like he's there for us. So he's a good guy. So anyway, go ahead, James. Let's do this, baby. So we can get through
man.
him.
Well, so if you have any in-ring stuff, that is our boy Adam_from_Bama because he's doing some in-ring stuff. I think right now. But and if you like to watch that, if pay attention and what are the people watching, that would be something that @DevynD19 can assist you with. And what better way, if you're watching something, you might as well have some food, right? So that would be Mike's Meat Minute @Whitaker1028. And hey, there are some things in life that don't go as planned, and sometimes it just grinds your gears a little bit, or you want to rant about a certain thing. Well, that'd be a rant and stand thing at Yes Man Brad. And hey, I just try to bring a little bit of spirit to it all. I'm at James Delacouri. I don't like to talk about myself because it is your show, and I pride myself on being for the fans and for you. Because here's the thing. A lot of my friends are doing great shit right now, and I'm happier than a fucking whatever
Big and
the
shit.
things are.
A puppy with two Peters.
Boom. But I'm really fucking excited, and I'm really happy, and it brings a fucking smile to my face to see my friends doing good shit. And you know why they're doing good shit? Because they never gave up on themselves. They kicked out at 2. You have the power to kick out at 2. And if you don't feel like you do, reach out. Because people know that you do have the power. Believe it in yourself, and it'll come to fruition. Because when life gets you down, baby, guess what we do? We just kick out at 2. You know why? That's all we can do. Don't move mountains in a day, but boy, when life pins you down, throw that fucking shoulder and never give up. You have the power because it's your show. You run this. And that's what we do on your show. You know it. It's the Kickout Crew. Want to thank everybody for joining us. Can't wait for next week. Thought we had a phenomenal episode last week. Think this one's damn good too. And you know why it's damn good? Let's kick out at 2, baby. Have a good fucking week. Conquer it. Kick out at 2. I love everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.